विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ मंत्र 1 पराञ्चिख्यानि व्यतृणत् स्वयंभूः तस्मात् परां पश्यति नान्तरात्मन् कश्चिद्धीरः प्रत्यगात्मानमैक्षत आवृत्तचक्षुरमृतत्वमिच्छन् Bhashyam in your, I think, page 237, the last para. Evam swabhave api sati lokasya kaschit nadyaha pratisrota pravartanam iva धीरः धीमान् विवेकी प्रत्यगात्मानं प्रत्यक्षासौ आत्मा च इति प्रत्यगात्मा प्रतीचि एव आत्मशब्दः रूढः लोके न अन्यस्मिन्. So word Atma in a popular meaning. Atma means I. So anyone who wants to show I shows like this. Everyone has an idea also popularly that Atma is within. So that is a ruda popular meaning. Loke. In the world, people always refer I or Atma as like this, which is inner. So that here it is said Pratyagatma. Pratyagatma is the most innermost. But anyway, people do not have the knowledge, and therefore, since because of the jnanam, people have the abhimana with this body, mind, sense complex, and that abhimana is not born. The relationship, so-called relationship between Atma and the body, is there. All the time it is there. Because the very Karana Sharira is Anadi. And the Atma, the Brahman, basically identified with the Karana Sharira, that's called Jiva, is Anadi. And therefore, from that Karana Sharira, due to karma and vasanas, etc., one gains a Sukshma Sharira. That Abhimana also will be Anadi. Right? Depending upon, of course, that Abhimana will come. I mean, whatever the type of a body you get, Sukshma Sharira, and whatever type of a gross body you get. But since the Jnanam is Anadi, therefore everyone is born with this Abhimana, that I am the body. Yeah. So that relationship is called sahajam. Sahajam. So sahajam means janmana saha, which is there from the beginning. And therefore, certain relationships are sahajam. As you are born, you are related to mother and father. You are related to siblings if they are, right? So relationship with the spouse will come in future. Relationship with the sister, etc. I mean the younger. That also come later because you are born yet definitely younger ones are not there. But certain relationships are sahaja. Yeah. With the birth, your relationship is there with the parents, with the siblings, if they are there. Elder, I mean. So that is there. Same way, this relationship also is sahaja. Sukshma Sharira. Any Sukshma Sharira a person gains due to Prarabdha in a birth, you have Abhimana. Abhimana means you tell it as I. And well, that Sukshma Sharira is within this body, which is also a product of a Prarabdha. Then one you will have a Abhimana in this body also. So you will say, I am physical body also. I am human being. So it's very natural. So that give rise to a sense of individuality, right? That give rise to a sense of individuality. So taking oneself is a body is a sabhava, universal. It is there. As you are born, in fact, everybody is born due to avidya only. But anyway, so with this particular, please understand, with this particular body you have abhimana, not this body. I will not call this body as I. Yeah. So, Swamiji, why there is a dhyasa with one body? Because Karana Sharira is Anadi, and that identification with the Karana Sharira this is called Anadi Adhyaropa. Brahman is Anadi, Atma is Anadi, and this Veshti Jnanam Karana Sharira is also Anadi. Therefore, the Adhyasa is Anadi. Therefore, Jiva is Anadi, in fact. Jiva is Adhyasa. So that is Anadi. And therefore, this Sukshma Sharira which is born from that Karana Sharira, right? Depending upon karma and vasana, automatically you have a I sense in that, not in any other body. Huh. Like every rope, you don't take it as a snake, right? Every rope, you don't take it as a snake. You take particular rope as a snake, where there is a ignorance of the rope. There only you take. Otherwise, if that ignorance of the rope is not there, then you see rope as a rope. So that is same way here. Well, the Veshti Ajnanam is there, right? Ajnana Karana Sharira we call that is there. Therefore, the body which is born from that Sukshma and Sthula, we have Adhyasa. So in this body, I have Adhyasa. I am this. I am mind. I am senses. I am hungry. I am thirsty, etc., etc. So in this, half is true. Body is Atma is true, but Atma is not body. Since one part is true, we call it as a Vyavaharika Satyam, empirical reality. Swamiji, why do we call this as a reality? Because one part is Satyam. Body is Atma, naturally. Body is Atma. Every wave is water. But water says, I am this wave. Then you say, well, that's your identification. You are all the waves. And not only that, where there are no waves also, you are there. And therefore, basically, you are limitless. Don't identify with the one wave, name form. Same wave. So one side is true. Wave is water. But water is not wave. Water is water. So this is, and therefore we call empirical truth as a point of view. That's called point of view. Since Atma is not Deha, well, so you are not Deha. Therefore you are free self. You are free self. If you say I am Deha, means you are bound, time bound, place bound, attributes bound, limitations of attributes, etc. So if that view is not there, then there will be, when the view will not be there, there is no point of view. Point of view is, we call point of view, then you should know the view. If view itself is not there, then point of view is basically is a distortion. So I don't have a view of myself that I am a free self. I am Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, or I am Sachidananda. That is not known. And therefore, you body is I, instead you say I am body. That's a distortion. That's called samsara. If you have a view that I am Sachidananda, then you say I am all the bodies are me only. Not only that, between the body, the space is there, that's also I. All that is there is I. Being Sachidananda, pervading, cause of everything, lending existence to everything. Anywhere ease is, that ease is I. So therefore, this is a distortion. If you don't have a view of yourself, then this point of view is a distortion. Body is I, and I am body. That's the thing. So anyway, so Rudi Artha is everyone refers to, whenever says I or Atma, everyone refers to oneself, not anywhere else, right? Even though it reveals adhyasa, but everyone refers. I means here, not anywhere else. And then we saw Bhashyakara quoted from Linga Purana the derivative meaning of word Atma. Derivative meaning, not Rudi, popular meaning. That way also, well, ultimately we found Yacha Adatte, Yacha Apnoti, etc. We saw that. Let's read that. Vyutpatti Pakshe Api Tatraiva Atmashabdah Vartate Yacha Apnoti Yada Datte Yacha Atti Vishayan Iha Yacha Asya Santato Bhavah Tasmadatmeti Kirtyate Iti Atmashabda Vyutpatti Smaranad. So there are four definitions you can say. What is Atma? Well, Yacha Apnoti, one which pervades everything, is called Atma. Apnoti iti Atma, Vyapnoti iti Atma. One which pervades everything is Atma. So that's the first. Then Yadadatte iti Atma, Yad Adatte, which takes back everything in unto itself. At time of Pralaya, well, that is also Atma. I said one who sustains. The same thing. One which sustains only will take. So, pralaya sthanam. Basically, one which takes the whole thing at the time of pralaya unto oneself. Because it has been born from there, right? And therefore, that's what I quoted in the morning. Tasmad vayu, tasmad atmanaha akasha sambhuta, akashat vayu, etc. From that Brahmatma alone, everything has manifested. It's a mithya manifestation. There's no real creation kind of some kind of like converting a milk into the curd is born from the, or yogurt is born from the milk. It's not like that. Means milk is gone, then Atma is also gone. Then why, for what we are doing studying? Atma is Atma. Appears as the world. That's how it is. Like the rope appears as a snake. Like a golden biscuit, 10-gram biscuit of gold appears as various ornaments, right? Still it is ornaments. Anyway, so this is Yadadatte iti Atma. And then Yacha Atti iti Atma, one which, Yacha Atti, Atti, one who experiences everything because of Chaitanyam, because of consciousness. There are all experiences. If one says I am experiencing, that I must be conscious being. Without consciousness, no one can experience anything. So yacha ti iti atma, and yacha se santato bhava. Santato bhava. At means santata bhava, means one who stays forever, never undergoes any change. Anything which is changing will start from the birth to death. So birth, once it is born, chayate, asti, vardate, and then viparinamate and vinashyati, etc. So body, etc., undergoes change. So that doesn't have a santato bhava. That will not stay forever. That which stays forever doesn't undergo a change. The whole world keeps changing, and therefore the world doesn't. Of course, it will not be there in this form. Maybe unmanifest to manifest, but it is constantly changing. Whereas this one remains without change. Atma. Tatraiva means in tasmin arthe, in the sense of this pratyega atma alone, atma shabdah vartate. So tasmad atmeti kirtyate, uchyate. Atma, that's how this is called Atma, because of this four meanings. That's a Vitpatti Artha. And and then says iti Atma Shabda Vitpatti Smaranat. Yeah, Smaranat. So because of this Smruti Vakya. Smaranat means Smruti Vakya. So because of this Smruti Vakya, which is, what is a Smruti Vakya? This Linga Purana. You know, this Puranas, etc., are generally taken different from the Smritis. Shrutis Smriti Purana Nam. So we are taking differently. But sometimes in a Shastra, they have only two divisions, Shruti and Smriti. Shruti means Veda. When based on Veda, then the different rishis, etc., give a darshanam. Different acharyas give a darshanam. That's all considered as a smriti. In that everything comes. Smriti Grantha also comes, like Manusmriti, Yagnavalkya Smriti, etc. And also Puranas also come in that, like Vyasacharya ji only has, you know, um, composed all these Puranas. And even Itihasa Granthas also. So all that will be considered Smriti. So Smriti has two types of meaning. Shruti Smriti, Purana Nam, etc. Then you separate Puranas, etc. But sometimes not. So here Linga Purana has been told as if is considering the Smriti. So, iti Atma Shabda Vitpatti Smaranat. So, in the Smriti, the above mentioned, this, uh, the derivations of the Atma, derived meanings of the Atma are given in this Linga Purana. There is a reference also, 1790, etc. Then Pashakara says further, Tam Pratyagatmanam Swam Swabhavam ऐक्षत अपश्यत् अपश्यत् पश्यति इत्यर्थः छन्दसि काल अनियमात्. So tam pratyatmanam swam swabhavam aikshata. Swabhavam, swarupam. Swam swabhavam aikshata. That inner self, that pratyatma, which is one's own real nature, swam swabhavam, where only some rare people recognize it. Kashit, 1 in million. 1 in million recognizes the true nature of oneself. It's a recognition only. It is there. Everyone has, everyone has an experience of the Atma all the time, in fact. Yeah. It's a recognition. Yeah. So recognition or recognition has two components. One is a smriti, remembrance. Other is a cognition. Remembrance plus cognition turns to recognition. So, like yesterday, you saw, suppose, a program. Suppose that Swamiji, I was not in the class. Sorry, huh? I went to New Jersey to see a Bharatnatyam program, Arangetram. Suppose, and that you are telling me now, right? So, uh, the one which has seen the program is no more there, right? That ahankara, the seer of that program, is no more there right now. Seer is gone. And right now, the one who cognizes that I am talking to Swamiji, I am a talker right now, right? He says, I am a talker right now to Swami. So you know that you are talking right now. So you are a talker right now, that also you know. That's a cognition. Right now. You perceive that you are basically talking. You're a talker. So, but you know very well that the one you who has seen the program is the same one right now talking to Swami. Am I right or wrong? I, the one who has seen the program last evening, is the same I right now talking to a Swami. Would you follow? Yeah. Who is that I? The talker, of course, will go away. Suppose after talking to me, you walk. So you become walker. So talker also is momentary. That seer of the program also was momentary, whatever the time. It was time bound, place bound. At a given place in New Jersey, we were there with a certain attributes, enjoying, etc. Certain attributes as a seer, you were appreciating, not appreciating, whatever. So that seer with was a time bound, place bound attributes. That's called ahankara. Yeah. Now, right now, you're a talker here at this time, right? With a different attributes. Having a little sense of a little sense of guilt. Oh, Swamiji, I could not attend your class yesterday. Something like that. So, definitely, this is Ahankara. But there is another I which connects both the Ahankara and says, I was the one who saw the program is the same I who is a talker now to a Swami. Could you follow? That I is Sakshi. The Ahankara was also basically yeah, the I, the Sakshi, consciousness. Ahankara was also consciousness. And right now, the talker also, that is also Ahankara is a consciousness. Like we used to give examples, SwM2026 etc. He's the same Devadatta, which met him before for 40 years or something. We were there as a classmates, like that. So that Devadatta has gone. Now he's a different Devadatta. May not have a hair, maybe having a glasses, something. Or maybe hair with a white hair and looks a little old naturally. That was young. So even though that Devadatta has gone, and now right now the another Devadatta is there, means the changes in the body. But well, yeah, the person says he's the same person, right? So he must be recognizing he's keeping away those attributes away of the body, etc., and recognize the person within. Then he will be this attributes and those attributes. That person with a young age and this person with an old age, all this. That person was a different place, this person was at a right this place. He keeps it away. If you keep away ahankara, you find that the person behind is the same person who had wear that costume, who is now in this costume, right? So this is called that doesn't undergo any change. One who recognizes this, could you follow now? One who recognizes this is basically recognizing Atma, Pratikatmanam, etc. So Kashit Aikshata, one in million recognized. Apashyat, Bhashyakara says. Aikshat is in Moolam. Bhashyakara says Apashyat. Somebody sees that Atma, means recognize that Atma. And then Bhashyakara quietly converts into present tense. Apashyat is a past tense. Somebody saw. No, 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 no. Somebody sees also. That's how people study. People study because people want to recognize I am Brahman. Therefore, Bhashyakara quietly converts from past tense into present. And then he says why he is converting. He says, Chandasi Kala Aniyama, the Chandasi. Chandas means Veda. So in the Veda, Chandasi, Saptami Vibhakti. So Vede Kala Aniyamat. There is, well, definitely in the Veda, the rules regarding this three tenses, etc., are not strictly observed. That's known as a chandasam, actually. Kala aniyamat, not sticking to the time aspect. That's what it is. And that is an advantage. You know, the Mimamsakas. So Mimamsakas are our own, twin brothers, Purva Mimamsaka. And we are called Uttar Mimamsaka. Vedantis are called Uttar Mimamsaka. Because we study, give more importance to the Upanishad. In the Veda, we give importance to Upanishad. Those people give importance to the Purva Kanda, Karma Kanda, etc. So these Purvamimamsakas are Karma Kandis. We are basically pursuing knowledge here. Now here, any sentence in the Veda, Because of this, since in Veda, the Veda need not stick to the time aspect, right? Therefore, what they do, like a sentence, Swargakamaha Agnihotram Juhuyat, like that. Swargakamaha Agnihotram. The one who is a desirous of a Swarga will perform, should perform, Juhuyat should perform a Agnihotra karma. And Nitya karma, which is to be done, if you do it, well, once the prarabdha is over, you will gain Swarga. Now, Juhuyat is there, right? So they basically, and like that there are other sentences. We convert this the lot into lot means this potential mode. Lot means not that lot. That's in a tense actually. Various lakaras are there in anyway. So that we convert this potential mode into a present tense. Yeah, and so we say Swargakamaha Agnihotram Juhoti. Yeah. We convert into lut, present tense. Whereas those people convert all this present tense into potential mode and imperative mode. Why? Because Veda basically give an injunction. Veda basically tells you, impels you to perform that karma. We say Veda doesn't give any injunction, etc. Veda simply reveals for you that if you are desirous of it, this Swarga, well, may you perform this yaga. That's a means for gaining Swarga. So it's not a injunction. Injunction means you should um, do that. Everyone should definitely do that. Swarga alone is a moksha, etc. I'm not going into that, but we convert into a present tense. We say it reveals basically the very intention of the Shruti that one who wants Swarga basically can perform this. Yeah. So we convert into present tense. They convert everything into this. Like, bring water. That's like this is called imperative mode. Bring water. It's a command. So same way Veda commands to the jivas, well, to perform yaga, etc. This is just by the way. But so they convert one tense into another tense, and we also convert the into lakaras anyway. Further, katham pashyati iti uchyate आवृत्त चक्षुः आवृतं व्यावृत्तं चक्षुः श्रोत्रादिकम् इन्द्रियजातम् अशेष विषयात् यस्य सः आवृत्त चक्षुः स एवं संस्कृतः प्रत्यगात्मानं पश्यति. So katham pashyati iti uchyate. How does one realize? Pashyati means here, how does one realize? How does one recognize Atma? Katham pashyati. Means what extraordinary qualification the person has which enables him to recognize the Atma. So says avrutta chakshu. So basically, avrutta chakshu. Pashakara say avrutta means covered. Means the person who wants to recognize Atma, he should stop seeing. He should cover his eyes with some black cloth. Something like that. So he should not see at all. He should not hear anything. He should plug the ears. Something. No. Bhashyakara says avruttam means vyavrittam, withdrawn. So withdrawing, basically. Chakshuhu. Bhashyakara says Shrotradikam Indriya Jatam. Chakshu stands for entire, all the sense organs, not just Chakshu. So withdrawing this entire, all the sense organs. From what? Ashesha Vishayat. Shesha means a baki, leftover. Ashesha Vishayat means not leaving any Vishaya, sense object. So means Vishayebhyaha. Ashesha Vishayat is equal to Sarva Vishayebhyaha. Withdrawing sense organs from all the Vishayas. India has their own Vishaya. Every sense organ has a corresponding objects, right? So Chakshu has a corresponding object that is colors and forms, and then ears have a corresponding object that is object of sense, which can be perceived, and that is sound, etc. Like that, there is smell for the nose, etc. So they have been withdrawn. Sense organs have been withdrawn. Means what? Means what? They remain with oneself. Yeah, they remain with oneself. So it's not turning eyes inward or not turning. You cannot do that. You cannot do eyes turning inward. If one does it, gone. Yeah. And that way, all the sense organs, if you turn in, I don't think person can live. I have not seen a single person in this world where one who doesn't have any sense organ, no eyes, no ears, no taste, not even sense of touch. Without sense of touch, person will die because you don't know. You may get hurt anywhere. If it is too much cold, he doesn't feel, and if he goes out, he may get freezed, right? So therefore, if all the five sense organs are absent, or if they are turned inward, means they will not basically contact the sense objects, person cannot remain. So we have to understand it properly. Avrutta Chakshu, even though it's a qualification, means what? Basically, who is together as a person, who has a certain say over one's own sense organs. That's it, right? And that is through even one who has a say over one's own mind, ragadvesha, etc. also. And it will be having. As your ragadveshas, etc., fancies reduce, or its power is reduced, you automatically they remain with you. Whatever the particular fancy you want to fulfill, you can. If you say, I don't want to fulfill, you need not fulfill. Puja Swamiji always used to call as a non-binding desires. It doesn't bind you. You can fulfill it. You need not fulfill it. We have many desires like that, right? Sometimes you find that certain now, even in the home, husband wife they are there. Sometimes she asks, "What do you want? Should I make this?" Okay. But then she checks and she says, "No, we don't have this. Particular flour is not there. This is not there." Then shall I make this? Okay, that all means it doesn't make any difference. You don't feel that if I don't get so and so thing today in food, I I'll become mad. No, no, no. For certain desires, if one person becomes mad, that's true. So then you are under the bondage of those desires. You are under the sway of. So person can never be free from likes and dislikes or desires. Person has a say over. Person has a say over one's own likes and dislikes. That person, I would call it as the Avruta Chakshu, who is together as a person. If he wants to fulfill, he can. If he doesn't want to fulfill, he can. That's how it is. And this person, why he doesn't go after fences? Because he has done homework. We know. What is the homework? Because he has an insight that behind any pursuit in the world, external pursuit, what is the real pursuit is the freedom. Huh? You are pursuing certain objects of security in the world, money and other things, recognition, name, fame, etc. There also, basically, you are interested to see yourself the one who is free from any insignificance, one who is free from any smallness. Like that's how what we feel that if I gain certain recognition, certain power, I'll be a significant person. So everyone ultimately interested in one's own self, and which self I can accept, a significant self I can accept. Insignificant self I can't accept. If I'm insignificant, I can't. There's a self non acceptance. Therefore, this person has done this pursuit that, well, basically, I'm not interested in the other pursuits. All that I'm interested in, well, in the significance, fullness, self acceptance of oneself. And therefore, after doing this homework, so he is interested now in moksha, something very big, and therefore small thing becomes small for that person. So, so Jiva has to basically own it up. He is Brahman. He is free. He is most significant. In fact, everything gains significance because of I. Look at that. Nothing has a significance. Everything is significant because of I. Because I alone is in all these forms. And therefore, I am the most significant. I have to own it up by disowning everything first. And then whatever you have disowned, that also you have to own it up. Okay? There are two steps. First, Atmanatma Viveka. Well, no, no, I'm not body, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. Atma Anatma Viveka. Then, well, next step is if then who am I basically? If I'm not the body, if I'm not the mind, I'm not the senses, then I'm pure consciousness who is conscious of everything, and they are non-separate from me, right? They prove their existence in me, the consciousness. In me, the consciousness which exists, well, their existence is proven, body, mind, senses. And therefore, ultimately, you see yourself as just pure consciousness, which is limitless, which is the cause of everything. And then, definitely, if you are cause of everything, you are going to own it up everything because you are cause of everything. Like the water is a cause of the wave. So, first, water disidentify itself from that given wave where it has an identification. And now he sees itself as a limitless water. Then, as a limitless water, he says, well, I own it up. Everything. Even that way which I disowned, that also I own it up. So, like that. Anyway, so Saha Bhashakara says, Saha evam Sanskritaha. This person alone, this Dhiraha, who has this kind of a Viveka and Avruta Chakshu, one who has this Vairagya, in fact. Avruta Chakshu means one who is a Vairagya for the external pursuits. He's a Sanskritaha. He's a purified person, basically. He's a refined person. So when one who has gone through the process of purification, that alone is called Samskritaha. That's how we have samskaras. Yeah. We have samskaras, all various samskaras are there. Because everyone is born prakruta. A human child which is born and a offspring of any animal are same. Same. That offspring also sleeps most of the time. It just gets up to for eating food and then sleep. And the human child also is like that, totally ignorant, nothing. But their advantage is the one which is born, the offspring, mother will not take any classes. Yeah, no classes. So senior KG, junior KG, no classes. They are born with certain instinct. The samskaras are there, so they just pick up. After some time, they just get up, after birth, and they take the mother's milk. Who taught them that there is a mother's milk here and they have to take that as a food to survive? Who is told? Nobody is told. I don't see mother is telling, bed jao. I'm teaching you something. No. Amazing. But human child, my God, it won't get up itself and come to the mother for food. No. It only knows to cry. That's it. Only knows to cry, nothing else. Means there is something wrong with me. Then mother, figures out that, oh, it must be hungry. After even giving food, milk, etc., initially, still cries, means then she may be feeling she may have some pain in the stomach or this or that. So, my point is, human child is a prakruta, no samskar, almost like a pashu, almost. So, if mother, father, and the teachers later, they take admission and all. So, first, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, first teacher is a mother, naturally. Mother only teaches. Father is away, in earning food and money and whatever. So basically, mother teaches because she is there all the time with the child. And then father. And then guru, so teacher. Because they put place in a gurukulam and here now in a schools everywhere and all that. Anyway, so this is how the Prakruta becomes slowly Sanskrita. But apart from it, we have certain religious purifications. Yeah. So it begins right when the child is in the womb. So we have a Garbhadana samskara and the Simantonayanam and all that samskaras are there. We have that Shraddha that the child with those kind of samskaras, when it is born, will come with certain samskaras. Because during birth itself, it picks up many things. Like Prahlada picked up, right? Prahlada picked up when the Prahlada was in the mother's womb, many things picked up. So he was born as a bhakta, etc. That's how they said. That's how they always say pregnant women should not do certain things. I mean, they should not read certain things, should not see certain things, in the media and all that. They say that. Instead, they should read Ramayana and these and that. So that has certain, significance. Anyway, so with the samskaras become Samskrita, religious purifications. And after that, Annaprashanam and these and Yagnopavita samskara. And lastly, the samskara is Agni samskara. That's the last samskara, where the body, which is really a Ashochi now, that body is offered to the fire, because fire is the one which is purifier. The greatest purifier in the world is a fire. Yeah. It's called Pavakaha. Punati iti Pavakaha, which purifies. Anyway. So Saha evam Samskrita. So one who has gone through this process of purification. And what is that process of purification? Well, Raga Dvesha neutralization, etc. And it has become even free from the Vikshepa also due to certain upasana meditations. So it takes a whole life of karma yoga basically, and in order to get rid of certain duritas of the previous life. Durita means certain papa karmas of the previous life, and then doing nitya karma, then association with the Mahatma, satsanga, etc. All this together, that create a difference. The Prakruta becomes Samskrita. And our daily prayer also helps to get rid of this durita. So, in one word, we can say more Ishvara in your life. Then you are Samskrita. More of a ahankara in a life, then definitely more of ignorance, naturally. So, Prakruta. More of ahankara means I am this and I am this and I am that. This I did it, etc. Well, more of ahankara, more of ajnanam, one is prakruta. More of Ishvara in your life, you are samskrita. So, then amrutatva ichan pratyagatmanam pashyati amrutatvam, that moksha. I want to be free from, well, what I think about me. That's how it is. Anything, whatever I think about me bothers me, haunts me. You cannot observe. That's how self non-acceptance. Because you are a self-aware being, totally self-aware. And the awareness about yourself is something which you don't like. You don't like. When you say I am body, naturally you will always find some complaint about your own body. Other person may complain about your body, that's a different thing. You will have always. You will never be free, whatever you do. And one can never overcome all the limitations of the body. One can never overcome. They will be there. Sometimes you may not be aware, but then you become aware. Being a 100% self-aware being, you will be aware of your body at one or the time. And so whatever you think about yourself, well, definitely that from that you want to be free. That's called moksha. Yeah. You want to be free from that, what you think about yourself. I am so and so. You want to be free from that. You only become free from this in a deep sleep state where you don't have any self judgment, no self judgment. Yeah. Oh, I am a deep sleeper, Swamiji, right? You are not sleeping, sir. Even that judgment is not there. Free from judgment, self judgment. Then definitely, and all this judgment definitely involves some thinking before that. Yeah. And therefore, moksha is, what is moksha? I want to be free from what I think about me. And that's how there is a school, basically. They say, don't think, because thinking is a problem. So, so they are against very thinking. They provide certain techniques by which you can stone your mind, shun the mind, they call. Yeah. But Vedantins are not against thinking. Vedantis are against wrong thinking. Whatever you are thinking about yourself is a wrong thinking because you don't know about yourself. Therefore, whatever you think about you will be wrong. So we are saying that basically, we are basically against the wrong thinking about ourselves. Whereas certain schools in the world, certain organizations, they say very thinking is a problem. But mind is given to think. Mind is given to think, and you want to shun it for why? But they don't have any other alternative anyway. So we are, and what we say about the truth about ourselves is this: that I am basically, I'm not bound by the very thinking. I'm not bound by the time. I'm not bound by the body, etc. I'm already free, and therefore, understanding that the thinking of the mind itself becomes mithya for the person. And no thinking doesn't have as such also any reality. No thought can remain more than a second or whatever, It's a kshanikam, momentary. It just arises, goes. We only give them reality, and then we try to make, we create a havoc out of that, basically. Okay. So, and so, in this relationship between I and this mind, or I and the body, etc., well, I have to see that I am already free. Like the rope is already free from a poisonous snake. Rope is free from poisonous snake, right? Because it is adhyaropa. In adhyasic relationship, this is there. When deha is I, but I am not deha, means I am free. Because that is mithya. If deha is I, means deha cannot have independent existence from I. And therefore, Deha is I, that's fine. But I am not Deha, I am not mind. Mind is I, Ahankara is I, memory is I, the very anger is I. All that is there in the anger is consciousness. There is no anger without anger consciousness. there is no jealousy without jealousy consciousness. Who sustain jealousy? All that is there is basically consciousness. That's a reality. And that way, if you see yourself like that, then you are fine. In spite of your whatever type of thinking, in spite of your limitations of the body, in spite of your certain memory of the past which haunts and etc., in spite of all those things, if you see yourself as a just consciousness, then you see that you are fine. Everything is. This is mithya. Could you follow? So basically, this person, this Amrutattvam Ichan, that this person who is desiring this moksha, pratyagatmanam pashi, that desiring moksha, that person is really thinking like this dhiraha. Am I really a wanting being or not? Etc. Then, all his homework come to his rescue. He analyzes his own experience of the joy, deep sleep, where he finds himself free from everything, right? Free from the guilt, hurt, free from the very doership, free from the experiencer, hood, etc., bhoktrutvam, etc., free from everything. He sees himself just just oneself without all this. One is able to see, right? And therefore, so this my momentary happiness or this kind of a experience of a joy in a deep sleep, etc., and all this other satsanga, etc., or some paperback. All this has something he has read on and in on the airport of Swami Dayanji. The problem is his solution is he saw the book and he read it and he got clicked. And that's how the journey begins. So all this, of course, requires a grace. You come in contact with this kind of a thing. And of course, if you are born in a India, definitely you are this kind of things you see around the people, wise people, the moksha, some kind person may not be clear what is moksha, but he has heard of it even without coming to the class. He has heard of it that at least Bhagavad Gita, maybe having some verses he may be knowing. My parents sometimes used to teach the children, right? maybe knowing also few verses, whatever. So that's how person gains a direction, such a person. And so Amritattvam Ichan, now so he desires moksha, that is first. And then he a certain definite understanding about a definite understanding is born in that person how to gain moksha with this setup, with these things which I have told you. And well, definitely that person will have a second desire then. First desire is a desire of a moksha, and then second desire is a, well, I should know myself. Because I experience myself as a free self, but I don't know myself as a free self. I experience myself as a free self in a deep sleep state, in a moment of joy. I see myself as a free from limitations, free from any insignificance, free from lack. I experience like that in moment of joy, but I don't know that I am a free self. Well, and therefore, the second desire, Amrutattam Icchan, desiring moksha, that's the first. And the second desire, of course, we can take it as a knowing oneself. That way it is, therefore, it has been said like that. Further, nahi bahya bahya vishaya आलोचन परत्वम प्रत्यगात्म ईक्षणम च एकस्य संभवति एकस्य for this person, well, ekas for the person, for this individual, nahi sambhavati, it is indeed not possible. He means indeed. Emphatically it is saying nahi sambhavati, for this person, ekasya nahi sambhavati, for this person, well, it is indeed not possible. What? Bahya vishaya alochana paratvam pratyagatma aikshanam cha. So bahya vishaya alochana paratvam, so it is indeed not possible to have a paratvam, focusing with a commitment on what? On both Pratyagatma Ikshanam and Bahya Vishaya Alochana. Means focus with a commitment on both looking outward, basically towards all these objects, external objects, anatma objects, Bahya Vishaya Alochana Paratvam, and at the same time, simultaneously, looking inward also, looking outward towards the Vishaya for the fulfillment of moksha, for gaining moksha, and at the same time seeing Atma also. Means recognizing Atma also will not be possible. Right? Either you are looking out, means you are looking out, or you are looking within, means you are looking within. Both cannot be possible simultaneously. That's what Bhashyakara says. Nahi sambhavati. For this person will not be possible. So to ride on both the horses, the people used to ask this question. Swamiji, are we studying and at the same time we are doing this is okay? It's okay. In fact, that's okay. But then commitment, you will gain a benefit once your commitment comes. Yeah. Without commitment, one cannot achieve in life. We know scientists and whoever may be in the world, all have a certain commitment. They, excluding every other thing, they commit themselves to a given thing, whatever their pursuit. So same way here also. If you really want a moksha and you have certain insight, then there is only one thing: pratyagatma ikshanam. Pratyagatman atmanam eva pashyati. Avrutta chakshu. Avrutta chakshu means, well, definitely you are not looking out for security and other things. Here you are looking out for sustaining the body. That's fine. You have to relate to the world. Yeah, you cannot sit in one corner and think that, well, I will gain knowledge also, and my sustenance of the body, etc., is on myself. No one can sustain. No one can sustain. You have to gain everything which sustains the body comes from outside: air, water, food, everything. You have to relate also properly that what type of water you should drink. You have to see, and what type of food you should take. You have to see. So you have to relate to the world. Therefore, Paranchikhani, we saw that also. So just because the senses are extrovert, it's not wrong. But for gaining security, to see yourself as a free self, If you are looking out, well, that's not correct. No, no, no. I'm looking within also and looking out also. That's not simultaneously not possible. So, Bhakya Vishaya Alochana Paratvam, that commitment, focus with a commitment to Bhakya Vishaya Alochanam. So, looking outward. Alochana means here, it means you are looking outward towards this anatma objects. And at the same time, Pratyagatma Ikshanam Cha. Well, and also looking towards recognizing one's inner self, which is free self. Both are not possible. Okay. Kimartham punaha इत्थं महता प्रयासेन स्वभावप्रवृत्तिनिरोधम् स्वभावप्रवृत्तिनिरोधं कृत्वा धीरः प्रत्यगात्मानं पश्यति इत्युच्यते अमृतत्वम् अमरणधर्मत्वम् नित्यस्वभावताम् इच्छन् आत्मनः इत्यर्थः किमर्थम् what then is a purpose? Like somebody is asking, what then is a purpose for whom? So, punaha means for this, I mean, dhiraha, for this discriminative person, kimartham punaha dhiraha pratyagatmanam pashyati. What then is a purpose for this discriminative person to see this pratyagatma, to recognize pratyagatma? What purpose it will serve? You recognize atma, and then that's it. Then you basically now look outside. Well, and you cannot add this as your qualification in anything. Yeah, if you want a job, you cannot say I am a basically atmavit. I know myself now. I studied Vedanta and I recognize myself. I'm a wise person. I'm a Brahmagnani. There's a qualification. In fact, if you won't get a job, even if other qualifications are there. And therefore, kimartham. So this this person is asking, kimartham punah dhiraha pratyagatmanam pashyati iti uchyate. And mahata prayasena, my God, he's putting a great effort, karma yoga, and this toiling and toiling, all this, because to basically to bring under the control the ragadvesha. Man basically, the human being's mind is 90% fences. 90%, believe me. Person is never on the real ground. He has fences. He keeps, he relates to a person and then he goes. As he goes, he builds up a certain impression about the person. That person may not be like that. Yeah, that person may not be like that, but you remain under that. Oh, this person is like this. Because buddhi is there and the judgment. Without judging other person, you will never relate. If you cannot judge the other person, you will remain away. This is the problem. So you have to judge. And you judge with your own ragadvesha. And that's for it. The person who has entered inside is already colored. Already colored. That's how they say antakarana shuddhi. Would you follow now? Because everything, the whole world enters here. You don't see the world outside. You see the world, what is inside, in fact. Yeah, nobody sees the external world. Everyone sees what has entered here. Everyone sees one's own thought. I mean, cognitions, various. And there, person does color because already colors are there. To dibba, bada dibba. And then other reactions arises, insecurity, etc. Oh, this person I judge and I don't find he's a proper person. Let me be away. There's that. Many things. This person has, worked so hard, and now he's relating in objective creation. He sees the world as it is, as Ishvara. Very difficult job. And he has a focusing capacity, meditations, etc. So that's how this person is asking, Kimartham punaha dhiraha pratyagatmanam pashyati? What there is a purpose Once you saw, recognize Atma, means over. Now again, externalize your senses and everything. Mahata prayasena, with all great effort, Svabhava pravrittim nirodham krutva. Svabhava pravrittim, whatever was, basically the natural tendency of all the people. So he has restrained, this person, Dhiraha, has restrained everything and turned his attention to where? Pratyagatma. And he recognized also. Now, now what is the purpose in life? No. Ashakara says Amrutatvam Icchan. Ashakara says Amrutatvam Amarana Dharmatvam Nitya Svabhavatam Icchan Atmanaha Ityarthaha. Amrutatvam Icchan means Amarana Dharmatvam. Marana Dharmatvam means Amarana Dharmatvam. Marana Dharma means which is subject to death, which is subject to time, which is anityam, right? So, na marana dharmatvam, that is amarana dharmatvam. Amrutatvam is equal to amarana dharmatvam. Means he is seeking something which is nitya vastu, which is timeless vastu. In fact, we are seeking only nitya vastu. Really. You are seeking joy in your life just for today or for tomorrow. Tomorrow also. And even today also. Not just for this hour, this moment, I should be happy. Next moment, I should be happy. Next moment, I should be happy. How long? Whole life. Nitya Vastu. You are seeking security. I want to be secure. How long? Only for 1 year, Swami. No? You want to see a secure self all the time. Nitya Vastu. You want a peace. Sorry, I want a peace in my life. Sometimes, you find that people, they live in joint family and they have children and all that, and all the time, whole day, lots of things are going on. The children, they play and all, they scream and shout and you do all kinds of things. And then you go out and a temple, to a temple, which is at the outskirt of your city. You go there and sit after doing darshan. You feel, hush, what a silence and peace here. And what is the next thought? Oh, this kind of silence, if I get throughout my life, all the time, I will enjoy it. You want a peace in your life? Permanent. Everyone is seeking Nitya Vastu. So it says here Nitya Swabhavatam, Nitya Swarupam. Swabhavatam is Nitya Swarupatam, Icchan, Atmanaha Nitya Swarupatam. So he wants to see yourself, he wants to see himself rather, the self which is ever secure, ever full, right? Ever silent, right? He wants to see that. That's called Amrutattva. Here and there, now and then, one has that feeling of security, right? Sometimes you get a good money in your business, you feel when you get that money, you feel little secure. Yeah. And you get a peace also here and there, as I told you, now and then. You become happy also now and then, here and there. That's also, but not all the time. If you know yourself as a Brahman, which is by nature fullness, which is by nature silence, which is by nature secure, timeless, well, then in that case, well, you have gained a free self. So basically, Amrutattam Icchan means Nitya Swarupatam Icchan. Atmanaha Nitya Swarupatam. He wants to see himself. Atma means oneself. He wants to see oneself as a full self ever, secure self ever, peace, ever, like that. And therefore, the person was asking, why, Kimartham you, this Patyagatmanam Pashyati. Once you recognize you. That's okay. Come on. Right? Come to the parties now. What you are going to get in the party for a time being, you see yourself a happy self. That's what I am already. Yeah. Therefore, it serves a purpose. Amrutattamichan Pratyagatmanam Pashyati. Okay, I will keep up to this. I will do for 15 minutes, a little less. I want to start next mantra. We'll start tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.